Welcome to Daily Impulse. Here we talk about motivation, inspiration, and historical figures. Today we are going to talk about a popular figure in the fast food industry, Colonel Sanders and KFC. KFC is one of the most popular food chains in the world. There are about 25,000 KFC outlets in the world in 147 countries and territories. The smiling face of Colonel Sanders has become an icon of the multi-billion-dollar fast food industry. But it wasn't easy for him to make KFC what it is today. Colonel Sanders went through a lot of failures and rejections before he made KFC what it is today. Let's learn about the story of Colonel Sanders and his KFC. Colonel Sanders was born in 1890 in Henryville, Indiana. When he was 6 years old, his father passed away, leaving Sanders to cook and care for his siblings. In 7th grade, Sanders dropped out of school and left home to go work as a farmhand. By then, he was already turning into a tough man. At the age of 16, he faked his age to enlist in the United States Army. After that, he was honorably discharged a year later. He got married at the age of only 18. During that time, he got hired by the railway as a laborer. However, he got fired for fighting with a co-worker. While he worked for the railway, he studied law until he ruined his legal career by getting into another fight. Sanders was forced to move back in with his mom and get a job selling life insurance. Again, he got fired for insubordination, but this guy wouldn't give up. In 1920, he founded a ferryboat company. Later, he tried cashing in his ferryboat business to create a lamp manufacturing company, but he soon discovered another company had already sold a better version of his lamp. It wasn't until he was 40 that he began selling chicken dishes in a service station. As he began to advertise his food, an argument with a competitor resulted in a deadly shootout. 4 years later, he bought a motel which burned to the ground along with his restaurant. Even then, the determined Sanders rebuilt and ran a new motel until World War II forced him to close it down. Following the war, he tried to franchise his restaurant. His recipe was rejected 1,009 times before anyone accepted it. Sanders' secret recipe was coined Kentucky Fried Chicken, and it quickly became a hit. However, the booming restaurant was crippled when an interstate opened nearby. So Sanders sold it and pursued his dream of spreading KFC franchises and hiring KFC workers all across the country. After years of failures and misfortunes, Sanders finally hit it big. KFC expanded internationally and he sold the company for $2 million, which is equivalent to $15.3 million today. Even today, Sanders remains central in KFC's branding and his face still appears in their logo. His goatee, white suit, and western string tie continue to symbolize delicious country fried chicken all over the world. At age 90, Sanders passed away from pneumonia. At that time, there were around 6,000 KFC locations in 48 countries. By 2013, there were an estimated 18,000 KFC locations in 118 countries. That is a remarkable achievement. If you are overwhelmed by rejection or discouraged by setbacks, remember the story of Colonel Sanders. Fired from multiple jobs, ruined his legal career, was set back by the Great Depression, fires, and World War II. Yet, Colonel Sanders still created one of the largest fast food companies in the world. Sanders wouldn't let anything or anyone defeat him. He is a true example of motivation. If you want more videos like these, keep your eyes on Daily Impulse.